G'day, lads. Welcome back to the One-Eyed Pod.
We're back.
It's actually been a long time. We were literally just chatting before we jumped on the pod about how long it had been since we got on. And what would you say? Round 8, was it?
Something like that. Round 8, we were full, getting into it, and we were just looking at our stats before. Round 8 was, round 5, I was ranked 600. You would have probably been, 185 or 200 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
our
round
ranks
5,
just
I was
decreased.
189.
Yeah, our ranks decreased. Mine decreased into 3K, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So maybe we should just continually connect with each other via the pod, and maybe we'll have a respectable rank.
It was that. I 100% agree that it was us not doing the pod which fucked us, because my closest I got last year was rank 157. And that was it. Round 11, and then it just blew out.
That
and
hurts.
I finished at
least round 8 I was finished.
1,000. Yeah, you were finished, yeah. It was just because we didn't do the pod, and we didn't get to chat through decisions, and it was 2 trades that fucked me last year. It was bringing in Errol Goulden instead of Noah Anderson, and then it was bringing in Newcomb instead of LDU.
Well, those 2 players they're strong considerations this year.
They're massive considerations.
I don't know. I love Errol. I think I owned him last year, but I don't know. Do you believe
I think he's a tough watch.
I think he's good, but I just think you'd rather Heaney. You'd rather, pay your extra 40,000 to get a big dog in. I think Errol will be the exact same as... Would you rather Heaney or... I know we're going straight into it, but would you rather Heaney or Goulden? I know prices...
That's such a tough one, because if Goulden's playing midfield in the same role as Heaney...
But didn't he play the same? So Goulden, we'll have to look it up.
He played that at the end of last year and did horrible. That's when I had him.
But didn't Goulden have the same role as always? I did tune out last year, to be honest.
At the end of last year when Goulden came back, he got a mid-role.
Right.
So he was playing midfield.
Yeah. And so what are you wanting from him? The wing electric running everywhere role that he's usually had? Because he was everywhere 2 years ago. Then that's when he sort of averaged that. I think it's around 110. I haven't got it in front of me, but I just think I love him as a player. I honestly do. But when you've got Noah Anderson on the same buy, or Rao or Heaney, is he the best option?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just throwing the big calls out there early.
But last year it definitely fucked me, and I just wish that I never.
So I assume that you're not going with Errol this year.
He's entered my team once, and he never came back in.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're talking about previous seasons, but there is a big man that I'm actually shopping in draft at the moment, but now I'm cooled off, and I'm hearing all these reports. Al Neil, he absolutely fucked me last year. Absolutely tore me a new one. Lost me my even my draft cashy.
He lost you everything.
He's in 1% of teams, and I know he burnt me last year, but mate, he could be a serious pod. Like, apparently he's just with all these off-season issues. Like, he's fully focused on his football, and is in ripping nick and just dominating every... I know the pre-season games that's happening this week, it might give us more info, but could he be the one that, just pay...
You have to think about it, don't you?
Another 9K more than Errol or something like that.
And we think about this and we know that he was cheating on his wife. All last year, he just had this head noise of, oh my God, she's going to find out. She's going to find out. More worried about bloody Tess Crosby than he was playing footy. Now he's just all footy. He's leaving Brisbane next year, so he's just playing for his salary. Playing for his salary now, and he's just like, move back over to Freo.
And just what shit me to bits is the club's actually found out, all right, we'll tag McCluggage and all that kind of stuff, and it actually worked. And then Neil did his quad or calf or whatever, and he was out for the season. So, I guess the question is, do you think he'll be tagged? Maybe he's that fit now that nobody can tag Neil.
Well, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this, that the game is changing so much this year.
Yes,
in terms of,
you've been big on this. I've been
I'm
late to the party in
massive-
Supercoach in general. I feel quite refreshed, but you have been bang on that it's a new era, and the new gen are just going to absolutely smash the old fellas.
Yeah, and like this is what I was thinking about today, and it's so hard to go off the Origin because we just watched Origin, and it's so hard to go off Origin because it was so free flowing and so fast. But it's just because there's like the best players in the league just versing each other.
Mm.
So I was like, if it's like this every week, we're gonna see lots of people tagging, because how could you possibly tag someone if the game is going that quick?
Well, that's the thing. Like Finn Callahan, I know he just got injured, so he's probably not a talking point now. But the tag was so real last year that you would. The big thing for me for Callahan was like, oh my God, he's got that windy tag at that second round. It's just, and the preseason games, you're not even going to see tagging, man. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just going to
but
be
you
like
will
last
see
year.
like the flow of the game, and like there's no way that anyone could tag anyone if the game was that quick last night. Oh, was it last night or the night before?
Saturday, yeah, 2 nights before. But I think it will be fast. That's the whole intention of the rule changes, is to make it a lot more quicker. So I guess it's all your running garden players like Nick Dacos, unbelievable, but even Brayshaw could do well in that. Just all your run and gun players like Callahan. It could favour them, but I guess will clubs adapt like they always do, and by round 6 it'll be redundant, because that's what always happens. Is they try and make these bullshit changes, and then the one that's most affected, and I think you've got it on the run sheet, but the rucks, that's probably the biggest one. Maybe the game will play. There'll be spurts of runners and then tackling and all that, but the rucks will probably be getting 10 points less a game. But it was a bit hard because WA had Cameron, English, and Jackson. Like, I saw English there as a fucking midfielder, I swear.
Mate, I didn't even realise that English was playing footy.
Yeah. Oh, look, he was in my team and he's straight out. He's straight getting...
Is that dog in the background?
I've got... the dog's got the crocodile.
But you are right. The rucks is such a massive thing as well. And I'm in all sorts at the moment. I don't know where to go with my team. I don't know what to do with my team.
Well, I mean, talking about rucks and all that, you remember I actually started Matt Flynn R2, and it actually worked. I'm looking at my season rank, 601 season rank, because essentially you can do your rucks. The buys are round 2, round 3, round 4, or whatever they are. So you really only need 1 round of a ruckman, and then you can field stuff elsewhere. But I remember you got to just be so clean with the trades, because I remember my downfall was fucking having a flog off Matt Flynn, and I for 2 years in a row I've did like 5 ruck changes. Yeah. So
You'd think you'd learn.
And I don't have it in my team currently, but I still see it as a viable option, because I think you don't really know what's going to be the outcome of the rucks. But I think Cherry and Gawn struggled, to be honest. Can we just admit that? I thought Gawn struggled, but do you think otherwise? I know that he's got an injury scare right now.
He played 50% time on ground.
Yep.
Had 6 marks, 20 taps.
Right.
I think 10 to advantage.
I thought DC slaughtered him.
He did all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all hard to really tell if they're all playing 50% game time, but that's probably what the whole second ruck's going to do, isn't it? It's going to be like 70%.
And that's the thing with Gawn, though. He doesn't have a second ruck. There's no one else there for him.
Yeah. There is, I can't remember off the top of my head. They brought in a tall fella, didn't they? I can't even remember. But nowhere near a starting ruck or anything like that. And I know that the other Jeff White's kid, Kalani White, who's a 99k ruckman.
Oh, yeah, seen that.
He was never going to play, but he's got glandular and he might be out for the season. I still don't mind Gawn. I just I feel like you need one of the 2 power ruckmen, don't you?
He's not in my current team.
Yeah. Do you think you need one of those two-powered ruckmen though, or do you just?
I don't have one in my team at the moment.
It's so confusing to me. I've got Cherry in right now, but that's only because
Can we speak about Sherry real quick? Everything that I thought would happen happened with Sherry.
You reckon?
He had 2 tackles, I think.
Yeah, and that's his prime scores, isn't it?
That's how he scores.
Mm. Yeah. He's tough. What did he score?
He looked really good though. Like he looks fit.
I thought he
looks
looked good.
Up and about. He looked amazing, clean. He looked like he was ready to have a crack. But the stats didn't lie. He played 50% time on ground, but he had 2 tackles.
Yeah, but you just got to think.
I wonder what his average is.
Yeah. So, well, do you remember what the scores were for him? Because I know you said there was a bit of an issue with scoring for Ruckman's hitouts not counting or some shit like that.
Yeah, the hitouts to advantage weren't getting counted, but I've got it all up here of how everyone went. Give me 1 second. I'll share it on the screen. So, so where is Sherry? Down here, down at the very, very bottom here. Tackles 2. Had 9 hitouts, 3 to advantage.
And if we look at Gorn,
22, 10 to advantage.
The same SuperCoach score, eh? Like, it's very hard to tell.
But this is estimated SuperCoach score because this guy doesn't really know how to do it, I think, and he hasn't got all the stats in there. It's just an estimate.
Yeah.
We also have to take into consideration that there's heaps more players playing than there usually are, so the scores would get capped.
Look at my man English, 19.
So
it's
just ruthless for the rucks out there. So,
well, that's the thing.
I think we'd get more of an idea in the practice matches, though.
Exactly. So take this game with a grain of salt. But I think not everyone's got to be as like all these players. Like you look at every single player on that field, like they're all sort of explosive, sort of elite.
They're
talents.
all guns, man. Like transition guns. Yeah,
and they're not going to be playing defense much. So, I mean,
there was no defense, was there?
No. I mean, and you can see that from the scoreboard. I mean, I don't think you can go both 2 big rucks. So it's either like a Jackson and one of the Gorn or Darcy, or maybe English if you fancy English more than Jackson. I mean, just talking about Jackson quickly, I think I'm going to be starting Jackson. I think how is he a midfielder, by the way? Like, what has he done in the last 3 or 4 years to make himself just so... I'm looking at him, and I know he's toothless and, you know, all these things that just should put you off Jackson because he's... I don't know, everything... You don't really fancy a tall, sort of mobile midfielder. Like, I've never seen someone like Jackson in a long time. I know Bont's probably a similar height, but there's nothing... I haven't seen this in a long time.
He looked so good as well. Like, he didn't really have that big of an impact at the start.
No.
But as the game went on, it was just like, this guy is going to tear shreds. And if Darcy comes back, there's no world for Darcy anymore, I don't think.
No, but the thing is, I was thinking about this as well, because I was like looking at pods like Sarong and Brayshaw and Young. Like, even when Darcy comes back, does that mean... Well, Young doesn't really matter because of his price point, but Sarong and Brayshaw, surely they're going to be spending time forward. I know they'll rotate and they'll probably get a good blend of sort of CBAs, but I would feel like it probably does harm all of them in regards to scoring. Jackson, not so much.
If Freo want to be competitive next year, I don't think Darcy plays a game.
Yeah, but the 2 rucks, they're actually considering... I know we're getting off topic, but they're considering doing Cox in one game or a couple of games this season. Cox, Jackson, Darcy, and Voss. But like there's 3 bigs, and they're all just going to be rotating. It's just how tall do you want to be? Surely that's bullshit. Has to be absolute mayo.
Surely
Plus,
JL
you don't
just
want Mason
in.
Cox playing anyway. Singularly handily. He probably lost that prelim for us. I'm just putting it out there.
I still haven't watched it. I actually still haven't gone back.
Don't bother, mate. Don't bother. I was there, and I literally remember it vividly. Like the second, I know we're getting off track here, but the 7th quarter, comeback, and I was going up to Pie supporters and having a few beers in me and just bloody handshaking everyone and feeling, because the quarter before that, I said to my partner, I'm going home. This is awful. This is awful. So, and then I've gone, this is great. And then third quarter again, this is awful. This is awful. This is awful. We literally played one good quarter. So, yeah, that's enough pie chat, because who knows about these pie cunts, I'll tell you what.
We'll talk about the
I don't
pies
want them to let me down.
if we start good. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the pies. It's actually just copium at the moment. With Jackson, though, would you agree, though, that Darcy doesn't come back and take his spot? There's no spot for him to take. Like, it's Jackson's to lose.
Well, he looks pretty fat, to be honest. I'm not fat shaming anyone, but I'll just go out there and say he looked quite porky over the Christmas break.
Yeah.
And then he got a hamstring injury. I still think he's all right, but maybe that's why they got Cox, and then he could go. I don't know. They've obviously liked this two ruckman sort of setup, and that's why the rules changed where people are running two rucks. So I reckon they've always wanted to run two rucks, so I don't know why they wouldn't change it. But, I mean, can he even stay fit? That's the question. He's not going to. That's why we're all starting Jackson this year. So
yeah, I agree. And with like all the game changes and stuff, I've been speaking a lot about transition players over like your clearance players, like your Noah Andersons this year over Rouse, just because there's going to be, and I actually was a little bit wrong, but it wasn't as crazy as I thought. The amount of stoppages that there were, I thought there were going to be no stoppages basically, and just like end-to-end footy, which it kind of was, but they're also the best players in the game, so they're going to do that.
When you got Butters, Dacos, just so many options, just flying.
Richards off half-back, Sinks off half-back, Ash off half-back. It's
crazy.
But I still stand by it that I think there's going to be less stoppages this year. And let's just say, if there is, let's just say a random number, if there's 10% less stoppages this year, is that just going to be enough to say Noah Anderson's a better option than Rao? Or
I think
in
so.
and under players are basically...
Hewitt v. Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, then if your theory is right on Cherry, that's his whole game is, I mean, I know it's not in and under, but he tackles a fair bit. I think, there'll be less stoppages, and that's, because of tackling, really. So I guess the high tackle players will be affected by this. So it'll be interesting to see. Because, you didn't really see Rao dominate as much as he did.
Sorry, go.
Well, that's it. Like if those stoppage players can't dominate, I mean, not stoppage, those, the people that get high tackles, what else is there to do for them? Like, they're quite limited.
In saying that, though, Rouse still had such a great game. I think he got every clearance when he was on. So it's like,
I couldn't even, that's the thing. I mean, we keep talking about this game. I couldn't notice a good player because I was like, far out, they're all humming. And then somehow that pig Lockie Ash. But I get passionate about this stuff, but why is Lockie Whitfield not in this team, mate? It's an absolute fucking joke. Like, seriously.
He must have said no.
He must have. I cannot.
Because he's old, he doesn't want to get injured.
Tom Stewart's there, mate. Tom Stewart, the washed idiot.
They're fucking idiots. Did you see Danger was there as well? Why is Danger playing?
Why? I just couldn't believe my eyes, man. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my favourite player from another team, he's not even on the field, and he would be tearing him. That's his whole game, is just sprinting and just getting cheap pill and just getting score assists,
He's starting him this year.
Oh, mate, I'll drop it here right now.
Okay, go.
My team name is Wit D1. That's it. That is it. All right? He is... And you know what's going to happen? He's going to get concussed in the first two games. And at least I've got 40 trades to piss him off. But he's my favourite player by far.
So we'll stay away from it, because last time last year your name was
Blood, Sweat and Clary.
Blood, Sweat and Clary. That's what it
Yeah.
should be this year because Clary's back.
He could be back. But I don't know about him. I think old Clary's washed, and I just got a little bit too eager.
It actually could be a big year for returns of Clary and Jack Steele.
He's on my run sheet. If we're talking about players interested, I am interested in Jack Steele for some.
Okay,
God
we'll
knows
talk
reason.
about it when we get our teams up at the very end. Something else that I saw that I want to ask you about is, did you see that most of the time the rucks weren't at the ruck contest?
No. I mean, but
they can't get to the ruck contest because they're just throwing it up now.
Right.
They're not waiting for the rucks to get there, so rucks are just staying outside of the 50 and they're just throwing it up in the air.
Geez, I need to rewatch this game. It feels like you've really honed in on all the rules. To be fair, I did turn it off 3/4 time. Just, I was a bit tired.
Yeah.
But because last year they usually waited for them, didn't they?
They always wait. They go, wait, 2 rucks gone and he's running in.
Well, that would contribute to rucks getting a shitter score.
That's what I mean. Rucks are down. Prices are down.
All right, so I'll start Jackson and McAndrew then.
So what I want to say is, should we be paying $600K for a ruck?
That's my whole question. I mean, at the moment, that's my biggest question with SuperCoach this year is, do I do what I did last year and completely fuck the ruck off and get a $600K mid defender in? Or have a crack? Yeah, so that's having a crack or learning from my mistake last year, which was starting 2 set and forget rucks and not being hampered. And my issue is every single time I never listen to what I've learned. And I write this down.
You just do the repeat. Your season is you do the exact same thing every year. You get this is Will's curve of his year. It starts like this and it goes up, 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 up. And he's like, I am killing this right now. I am the number one thing in the world. And then he makes one bad trade and he goes, boosh. And then another bad trade, boosh.
I mean, to be fair, it's always been the ruck's fault the last 3 years. Like, I traded in 4 ruckmen, 5 ruckmen.
Mate, you traded in Goldstein. I think everyone said don't trade in Goldstein.
Yeah, I'd rather forget about that because he did pump out a 90 and then I messaged everyone saying how stupid they are. And then I watched the guy. He couldn't even jump off the ground, It was fucked. I couldn't believe it.
That is the worst pick I've ever seen.
You know you're a complete dead shit. I remember this so vividly. Like, I was excited to watch Goldie, so I got some cans. I was like drinking, and then I was watching Goldie just doing well, and then Tom DeConing literally. And I remember I'm pretty sure the reason why I had to get Goldie was because TDK was injured or something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, TDK's scored 140 on him, and he is just flinging him everywhere. And then Goldstein had to have a sub 2 times a quarter. It was more than that almost. So I'm just watching this, just sipping, and it was happy like first quarter, and then second it was more cans are getting down because you're more angry. It was just a disastrous
spiral of SuperCoach.
If I can learn one thing,
don't do it then.
No, listen. If this is the way I go, and I will let you tell me if I'm being stupid or not. And even though I'm cutting you off right now, which is if I'm going the McAndrew way, I'm going to be paying up for a ruckman that I trust. But the thing is, it could be this entire same story as last year because we cannot trust a single fucking ruckman this year.
Can't trust
we can't.
Any of them. In saying all this, should we get to our team reveal?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Do you want me to go first or you want to go
first? Yeah,
first?
Why not? You go first. Michael had a good idea for a team and I've gone different, but I actually like this idea that he's got going on. I don't want people to say, your team's better when we both spoke about it. I've just provided a different
I think my team is pretty
stock standard.
Pretty template. Yeah, I think it's pretty template.
Yeah.
Here is Michael's first team reveal for 2026.
Bunter Smelly. What's the team name?
It's Mixed Chicks. There's always Mixed Chicks.
Yeah. You got to change it up every now and then.
Always mixed chicks. I'm not going to go into every single line, otherwise we'll be here for hours. But what are your first thoughts when you're looking at it?
I mean, you're shitting on rucks. You got Grundy in there. They've changed. He was. I mean, I'm not going to comment too much about this because I don't know much about it, and I want to watch Grundy, and maybe it's a thing for the later pod. But didn't the ruck rules change, and he's going to be affected in regards to the jump? Because they removed the ball up or something like that. I don't know too much about it, but I was listening.
So the reason I got Grundy in there is just purely transition. But this spot, right now, I've got my whole team is based around I just want transition players. People, I don't want any players. I mean,
that's fantasy though. We're playing EPL at the moment, but fantasy AFL's more like that anyway. Mm-hmm. So but it's not a bad theory. It's not a bad theory.
Thank you, but you will notice I've got 143k in the bank.
Pussy.
Because I don't know what to do. I kind of really like this team, and it has been like this for the longest time. It's just been
just wait. I've got a pod. Oh no, he's out. So I'll just tell you right now. Caleb Windsor, 283k. Do you like him? He's playing halfback this year.
I want to see him. I want to see the practice match.
Yeah, I'm big on. There's so many potential picks that just could be just planted in the team right now.
There is. I mean, if you want to talk about players that spots that are up for grabs, Laylor's spot down here, this could be anyone. And then I'm happy to put a player like a Windsor or a Langford or someone like that into the midfield. This Laylor spot could be a Rochelle. It could be, who else we've got? Harley Reid could go. No, he can't go there. He's pure mid. But, they're all the players.
No, Harley Reid's forward, isn't he?
Is he?
Harley Reid's forward, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They're the players that I'm looking at the moment. But this is a spot. This has changed a lot. I remember I messaged you the other day saying it's completely changed because it did look like this, and this is before we learnt about Finn Callahan and his mishap. But it was very much,
and that was
just
pretty template
like
as well. The Anderson and Callahan combo. I saw a heap of teams with it, which I don't blame it, but that's just the transitional. Yeah.
And then I had Jordan De Goey in as well. And that was what it used to be like. But I think I'm completely shifted away because I was like, I need Bont in my team. I need Bonk.
Well, when you think about it, and I said this to you last week or whenever we were chatting, the cherry pick and their Gorn pick, they're 680k. If you get rid of one of them, you're only paying 20k more for Bont. So the price is really not that big, I don't think. Like, it's not that bad.
Like, I've got everything that I want in my team and I still have 143k. I'm not, like, strapped for cash of people who I need to get until I need to get someone. You know what I mean? I've faded Nas. What are your thoughts on Nas fading?
I've faded Nas as well. I don't have Sinclair currently. I mean, if this ruck conundrum, I think it is. It's a way to get Sinclair or Nas in your team, and I feel like that's them and McAndrew is probably better than the expensive ruckman. But I think Nas could be tagged quite heavily, I reckon, this year.
I think there's so much hype about him, but if there's no tagging, like we spoke about at the start of the episode,
what scares me is his ownership. Like, he's 622k, isn't he? Like, it's actually not that expensive.
No,
and he's 50% owned.
Yeah, 50% owned.
And he kicked how many in the practice match? I think it was 3 or 4.
We can't take it. We can't look at that though.
No, I'm just saying, well, they did recruit pretty heavily. If you ask every Saints fan, they might be fucking winning the premiership next year. But
they're a bit over the top, aren't they?
Yeah, like, shut up, mate. You've got Philippou and Flanders that are apparently carrying the flag, and they're B-grade players at best, brother. They're B-grades. They'll probably be better than Collingwood this year,
I
let's
was
be
going to
honest.
say, probably
They will,
might even
they
be better
will.
Collingwood this year.
Oh, they locked... I probably chose the wrong Flanders and Philippou. I should have
I
bagged
was
some.
going to say, Flanders and Philippou are A-graders. They're beasts. They're my favourite players.
I should have chose two better play. They were just on the screen that I was looking at. I'm looking at mine, so... Paddy Dow. But don't put my man Jack Carroll in there, because he's a star.
Jack Carroll, star. I'm pretty... let's talk about some rookies as well. Annabelle, has he left your team?
He's in and out at the moment. I like him because of his job security, but is he a bit expensive? I'm waiting for all these other younger ones to come. They're not the younger, the cheaper ones to come through, because there's been some good reports about Reshko's been good, but then was playing Bs or something, or he wasn't going to be in the A team. So it's all just a question mark in regards to rookies. So I feel like we're all just paying for the premium right now, and then it'll change once the But Dan Annabelle was meant to be number one pick, wasn't he? The whole time. Yeah. So
I refuse to put an expensive player on my bench.
I haven't got one either. No.
But I really want to get Cummings in, and I don't know how I'm going to get him in.
I've got him in right now. I think I was listening on the radio. They said Dyson Sharp. Andrew McGar was talking about Dyson Sharp, but he goes, yeah, he'll likely, play at some point this year. That is not what I want to hear.
That's not what you want to hear, that he's flying and he'll play round one.
Exactly. So maybe he's one you can flog off. He's 150K. Sam Grill as well. I'm a bit unsure about Grill.
I've heard he's been blitzing him.
So have I. So have I. But, that's I think I heard the same thing about Grill, but I think maybe they just, try and play down expectations for them, just so they haven't got so much pressure on their head. But the big one, I think, with you, and you've got him in my team, I don't have him, is Zeke Hewland. I don't know if I'll start him. I don't know what... You would just have to watch him, I guess, but I just feel like he's a bit expensive. Yeah.
He's a wait and see. I could go Zeke up to a 300k player.
Windsor. You've got the cash for Windsor, mate, I'm telling you.
I do. I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything yet. But
or piss off Grundy and get a Bergman in your team or something.
Why do you hate Grundy?
That is true.
Can we talk about Grundy real quick?
Yeah, go on.
When he came back last year, just look at this fucking obnoxious guy.
I know.
Look at this. 121, 135, 109, 161, 155, 159, 179, 127, 154.
But look at that run in. It's piss easy.
137, 200, 99.
It's actually a joke of that fixture run. Look at the fixture run. But just wait. The big question is, who has he got the first three? That's what I've been looking at pretty heavily, to be honest, is who's the first three. He's got a good first three.
It's pretty tough. He's going to verse Brisbane, who...
Oh, then they've got... Hawthorn have got Meakin Reeves.
Yep, and then West Coast. So maybe it's not starting Grundy. Maybe you could be right.
I don't know what other ruckman, because apparently Draper's injured, right? So they'll just have forward. He could dominate forward. So, and then it's 2 games, and it's actually... If Draper's not in there for the Brisbane game, it actually won't be that bad.
I'm literally, everything's just waiting for their practice matches.
Removes Grundy to put Grundy back in.
Yeah. I just like the look of him in my team. He's a pod as well. Massive pod this year.
I am big on my pods.
Grundy's a pod, Sinclair's a pod. And
just quickly talk about Laylaw, because he's been in and out. Oh, sorry, I know you might have touched on him a little bit, but I think he's probably the only one that's worthy of a conversation. Like that big Agates, the big ball man.
Agates. He's big on my radar at the moment. So
he could only afford 1 and a bit quarters. Like, Jesus Christ, what is the man doing? Like, is he just waiting to blow up big time?
What's that?
Laylaw, he only in the trial game he played a quarter and a half, and they said it was like one of the best performances like out of all the young players, and then they just benched him.
I think because he's still coming back from hammies, so they don't want to overdo him or anything during preseason. Just slowly working him into it, similar to
concerning.
Reef McInnes, but I think he's flying.
That is concerning, though.
But let me get to it. My thoughts on Laylaw this year. Priced at 55, we've seen the potential that this guy can do. If he's had a big preseason like he's had, he's flying and stuff. Easily going to go over 55 average this year. For 298K, I reckon he's averaging 70, 80.
Carlton, Port, Saints, Brisbane, Freo. That is not the best first five.
That's not it.
What is it now?
Carlton,
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, Freo, Port. Similar.
If
I think he could go
anything,
big. I think he can go big.
If you're holding him for 8 weeks, he might work out. I mean, he's pretty interchangeable. If you leave him in there, you can either downgrade him and upgrade somewhere else.
His potential is limitless. This is a guy.
That's what I mean, but you can't. I'm just saying that there is a potential this bloke does his hammy in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's very true.
That is not uncommon with big Laylaw. He's carrying a lot of things.
But this is what I'm saying, right? Like this spot is, and I've written it all down here, like who the people.
Here we go. I'll rattle them off. But DeGoey, Daniels, who else? Rochelle, Reed. I mean, 70k less is Ugal Hagen, but I don't rate that particularly. Joe Berry's looked good this year.
There, flying. And like, here's a question I want to ask. If Treloar plays round 1, are you starting him?
He's not. So, I mean, yes, I would, but I've heard he is still running laps, so I don't think it's it's just a wishful thought.
Imagine that fucking pot of a pick. If you start Treloar round 1 and he makes it through 10 rounds of midfield, you've just fucked on everyone. Because no one's bringing him in.
He's giving me Elliot Yo vibes.
He is. Like, no one's going to bring this guy in. If he scores 100, nobody's going to bring him in because he could just blow up next game.
Yeah. It was him and Dane Curtin, who I was like, I love these two players. Like, that's an easy decision to make, and then they're both injured. So Dane Curtin was the one for me that I think he will definitely be a downgrade target at the end of the year because he's just an absolute freak. But now he's had that knee issue. It's a bit questionable in regards to, hopefully he taints it, and then next year we all just get him for 180 or 200.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish just on this. If Treloar starts round 1, he takes Laylaw's spot.
So and then you've got Young, Parrish. You've got it's not as bad as injury. There was one more injury-prone player that we were all taking on. Oh, it was DeGoey. DeGoey was just the one that was scaring all of us.
DeGoey's out of my team, and I'll talk on DeGoey if anyone's got DeGoey in their team. You just can't trust Pies. Like, you can't trust his midfield minutes. They're talking about putting Josh Dacos through there, Ned Long through there. Still Sidebottom's still going to go through there. Pendles will still go through there. They'll put Houston through there a bit. Crisp will go through there. You can't trust that DeGoey's going to stay as a pure midfielder and score his 90s to 100s for the whole season. And they won't do that to him. They'll want to monitor him the whole season. He'll be like...
I wish I had something for you because I really did about Collingwood because... Yes, Josh Dacos is playing full mid and was best on ground. But unfortunately, I didn't have any DeGoey update. But I had it a moment ago. But, I mean, if he had a 50% CBA role, you'd pick him 100%. But now we've lost Bobby Hill for reportedly the season. He's one of our best forwards, unfortunately.
I don't see him playing in the midfield. There's no way. And if he does, it won't be long.
No. And that's why Josh has probably come in there. And there's a couple of rookies coming through like Prindable and Collingwood recruited a lot of mid-rookies. They're all playing A's. So I don't know what, we'll see in the preseason games. But I feel like, maybe it's just keep DeGoey down there. And then let the young kids try and learn a thing or two. And then DeGoey just... hopefully stays fit in the forward line. Even
like as a Pie supporter, you would be in your head. You wouldn't be surprised if DeGoey played 70% of this year in forward line.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to get your team up? I'm excited to see this. You've been talking. Will's
Well,
been talking it up a little bit. Here we go.
No, I haven't. Is it? What's happening here? Is it on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
So Woodfield D1, that's the team name. Please bear with me, boys. I still haven't updated my MacBook. Michael's already bought a new one in since the previous pod, and mine's just been shitting ourselves. I think we've gone through at least 3 recording softwares to find one compatible to my shitty laptop. So if my laptop dies, I mean, it won't affect you guys, but it probably will result in Michael being really angry if we have to pause and then come back. So hopefully we can get this done.
Can you? He's got Farrow in.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lock. The big one, I guess, the big change compared to you is Bergman in. I've read reports that he is playing full mid and looking unreal, and JHF's got an injury or nursing the injury, and he's taken time to come back. And I've always been big on the pod duo. I'm just going to do the fantastic triple up, I reckon, and, just light it up. Absolutely light it up. So I reckon Bergman's in, which is probably the biggest change compared to every other team.
Tell me more about him, because Bergman went in my team once, and then I took him out just because I woke up in the middle of the night.
Go again.
Tell me a little bit more about Bergman, because I had him in my team once, and then I woke up in the middle of the night like this, like just fucking boof, when I said, he's a trap.
Yeah, well, I think what's different about... I wish I could get these scores, but I might just speak to it verbally. But he went 100s for a few weeks in a row.
Click the season stats.
No,
but
up there. I actually
up
need
there.
to...
Up there at the top.
I need to buy a new computer, though. It's fucking slow, man. Tell you what, this is grim. This is grim presentation. But I think after the bye, he hit off really good, and then he got tagged in that game, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. But I remember there was a certain period after this where he was injured and rolled his ankle pretty badly or something like that, and it prevented him from scoring, and then he switched roles a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's shown the potential enough to be a great scorer, and it was a contract year sort of for him a little bit, if you remember. So he had a point to prove, and then I think it was locked and loaded to go into St Kilda, and then Porter far out, there's a player in there, and swapped the positions around, and he looked unreal from there. So I think there's enough. It is a risky pick, I reckon, because he could burn us. But I think I was looking at the run-in. He's got North, Essendon and West Coast, first 3. That's appealing for me.
It's very appealing. Port have a great run, like a great start to the season. So did Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So, the reason, I wanted to start, and sorry to change the subject, that you had Noah Anderson is because of the run as well. So I can see why you wanted to pick Bergman.
Yeah. That's the best. I'm trying to do that the best is the run-in is what I'm trying to capitalize on, and trying to pick players that, kind of suit that. But I think my team it's intentional a little bit, but most of them are sort of fast players and sort of transitional players as well. I don't actually see many sort of stoppage, sort of tackle pressure heavy players in my team as well. But maybe that's just what the formula is this year.
Yeah. And not to skip over everything, but someone who we haven't spoken about who screams trap to me, Christian Petrarca.
I know. Apparently he looks good, and, he's getting more recipes out there as well with a lot of protein.
Do you not get a feeling?
No, I do get a feeling. I do definitely. But by all reports, when I was listening to Anderson, Touk Miller talk, Touk's out of there. And Touk's out of there, and Petrarca is right in, and even Hump's going to be in there. And I think there's going to be a change where their midfield formula is going to change, and they'll want Petrarca in there because he's a game winner. But I do understand. I didn't think he was that good last year, but I think he was just checked out. So
they're not going to go, how's track going shit. I'm not going to say that.
But who says anyone's Who says anyone's going shit this
I
time
know,
of
it's
year as well?
pre-season. Literally in pre-season, everyone's going to win the premiership, everyone's going to win the Brownlow, and everyone's going to be the best Supercoach player.
Yeah.
But this run that
Jesus Christ. Now he's gone. We can pod forever. This is brilliant.
this run is crazy though. Like their first three.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got Anderson, and that's why I liked Anderson more than Errol, because I was a bit questioning, like, I think they had Brisbane in there, but they just had a few, like, dodgy teams where Petrarca could go nuts in this break. Like, what have they got? They've got, who have they got? West Coast, Richmond and Melbourne. West Coast, Richmond, Melbourne, Sydney, Essendon, Hawthorn, GWS, Saints, Port, North.
There's a chance they go undefeated for the first 10.
Yep. Well, 11 including North Melbourne. I don't think they'll ever bounce back. And I was just trying to figure out his ownership. I just can't view it on here for some stupid reason.
I can get it up for you.
His ownership.
Noah Anderson's ownership.
No, sorry, Petrarca.
Petrarca, I think he's one of the most heavily.
Yeah. So why would you go against him in the forward line? He's one of the only trustworthy options.
Yeah.
That's my...
1 second, I'm getting his exact ownership. Christian Petrarca, 40%.
Yeah. It's so open this year. Like, fucking hell. Like, who's the highest owned player just on the top? Yeah.
Jagger
or who
Smith.
do I think? Yeah. Jagger Smith.
Yeah. Tell me this, though. Does this scare you? I'm just going to read something out, right? And you don't own this player. You don't own this, all right?
Oh, no. Nice.
159, 128, 141, 140, 107, 101, 60, 177, 60, 133, 174, 126, 169, 125.
Oh, Bond.
148.
Is it Bond?
It's Bond. You don't own this guy. You don't own that guy.
Well, like I said to you, I reckon...
What's the plan?
I actually looked at this the other... because I've got... So if I look at my team right now, I've got 30K. I could get rid of Annabelle or Cumming and upgrade Anderson to Bond.
Okay, what are you doing if this happens? Anderson comes out and scores a 120.
Yeah.
Scores 160. Annabelle scores 80. Scores 70. What are you doing?
I'll just have to deal with it and call you about 5 times before it hits round 2 one time. I'm not gonna be rash.
If anything, Nick Dacos goes out for Bond.
Sorry, mate. I'm just calling it right now. Sorry, I know we're going on tangents and we should be finishing soon, but why the fuck are you booing him, boys? Why are you booing him? He's the best player in the AFL, all right? I'm actually not going out with Nick. I remember that round 3 or round 4, that Easter time, we got Ned Long in. Yes, it was good in a way, but really we could have got a captain from Nick Dacos that was 170 or something, wasn't it? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Brisbane.
He's got a point to prove this year, and I'm not going without him. The bye's not even that bad for him. So I think Anderson would have to be the one.
How are you fading Bond? I don't understand
I just said you're an idiot.
You're not going to get him in.
Bro, I will get him. I told you before any of this, and I said, wait till you see Michael's team. I said, Michael's got a good setup. I had it, but I'm doing this to be different. And I kind of like it, but trust me, mate, I'll figure it out. And if I have to go out to fucking McAndrew, I'll do it.
If anything, it would be fade Bergman, put in Zeke Hewland, and then you could upgrade someone else up.
I don't like that Zeke Hewland bloke. I do, but...
I don't love him.
And why? And sorry, just on the top of my head, I've seen Willem Dersma quite highly owned. He's playing wing this year.
Willem Dersma looks like the worst pick in the world.
I hope he does it right, Willem, but I've got a theory about those Dersmas. I think the girl Dersma's the best.
I think she is. I think she's the only good Dersma.
Poor Zane. Mate,
Zane's going to get delisted at this rate. Of course so too. Old Papa Dersma's put some cash under the table. Please get him to the club.
I mean, I
Let
hope
him
he does
burn on
well
your list.
because apparently he was the best scorer out of. I think Euland's a solid player, a bit like Foss from what I read. I need to focus more on these rookies, but I'm just waiting for these preseason games. I'm just not that keen on Euland.
If I don't have to pick him, I won't pick him. Like if I watch the practice matches and go, you're not special. Like you're good, but you're not special. You're not coming.
Jai Farrow got a shout out from McGrath, but they're a defense line. So, but Farrow, I'm pretty sure. I just haven't got it in front of me. Once again, we just haven't prepared the best. But his average was pretty good for Supercoach for memory in the under 18s.
101 or something from Farrow.
Something reliable.
Yeah.
And we know what Jordan Ridley's like. He'll say, "Oh, did me calf," and then we know what there's all of them go down in that back line. Zach Reed, like that, and then all the sort of focal
Zach
points
Reed
for
was
kicking.
good though.
He was, but all I'm saying is Jai Farrow could just go, "Okay, I'll step up." If you need all your McGrath to be locked down because I'm not ready because I'm too skinny to be that guy. Farrow will just get the cheap kicks and there we go. That's 150k. Boom, bosh, bosh.
Bosh. Bosh.
I'll get bonded. Don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry.
Because and I hope you don't actually get him in because this is what the script will be.
Yeah,
And it will be this, and I can't wait for it to be this. Bont's going to verse GWS round 1. Where are they playing? Marvel.
yeah.
He's gonna fucking cream because they won't have Bedford, they won't have any taggers, they won't have a midfield. He's gonna go 160, bang, sucked in, see you later, and then you're gonna be over here with Noah Anderson going 120, which is good, which is good, but it's not 160.
Are we sleeping on Ed as well? Like Ed was fantastic last year.
So Ed is fantastic, and it is the killer of everything. He's just got the worst buy in the world.
But so does Bont. I mean,
yeah, but Bont's not. He's going to score way more than Ed.
The question, was could we, instead of getting Anderson, maybe could we get Richards? No.
That's just go Anderson over Richards. It's better fixture. There's better players than Ed. Ed was good last year because it was 500k. 550.
And just
he was an ultra pod.
My tip, just very quickly, I think LDU is going to have a bounce back year.
Yeah,
just saying, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Will first messaged me and he said LDU's in my team.
Yeah.
I called him an idiot. I said I'd never put that guy in my team ever again after what he did to my season.
2 years ago.
No, last year.
You put him in instead of Nick.
I didn't put him in.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean.
I put in fucking Jai Newcomb.
Where did he? Because I think we're looking from round 14. He was 102, 100, 108, 108. 21 was his concussion game. 17, and then at 64, I think he got. I'm not even going to assume, but he got tagged. 112, 102, 157, 119. The issue is he
starts slow.
Starts shit, doesn't he? And I think this is
slow.
This is why I think he's versing a Port sort of. I don't know how Port are going to do, but then West Coast Essendon, and then it sort of gets tougher, doesn't it? I'll just quickly go.
Yeah, they got West Coast,
and then Carlton, and then mate, it's actually a ripping first 6 for a midfielder. Carlton are going to be dog ass.
What price is he?
526. So, that was the same price as Ed last year. We're going to find that perfect pod. Like, everyone's going Goulden, and I love Errol.
This is what I want to ask you as well. Who's he coming out for? Who's he going in for?
No idea, mate. If I could figure out a way to yeet Parish, I would, but 200k, it means a lot.
Mate, 330K,
especially if you're going to pay up for bonds.
Flying.
Give it a rinse, Parish. We're talking about transitional players and versus the other way. Those Parish is a slow footballer. He's not he's not a tackler as well. I guess he's just
Parish is a gut runner. He's just a gut runner. I reckon I'm hot on Parish this year. I reckon he's going to have a big year. He's going to have a big year for my keeper league, and he's going to have a big year for.
Come on, what is he averaging?
What did I tell you last year? Wait, what did I tell you last year when I picked him up in keepers, and I said this is a steal. I got Parish for free.
Yeah,
and you laughed at me.
I mean,
remember you laughing at me?
His calves are dodgy. I actually don't like.
Say, hey, Michael, I remember laughing at you, just so we can have.
I do remember. I just say, all right, you know, you got a gun to your head. Do you think he's a keeper?
If he stays healthy, I reckon he averages 100.
Yeah, shit. Mate, Brian Parish. I'm just getting angry because he burnt me a couple of years.
330k.
He burnt me a couple of years ago. I know, but
how could you be angry with 330k averaging 100?
No, I just remember the old Parish days when he was electric, okay? 24, 23, 108, 22.
Some guy who told me the other day that
21, 114. I just think there's a question regarding is he washed or not?
He's not washed. He's actually about to enter his prime.
Of course you would. You're going to say anything to bump up his tires. You got him in keeper league, mate. Your bloody opinion's redundant. I'm just telling you the truth that you don't want to hear. Nah, I reckon he'll be all right. But come on, like if you were to flog off one metre to beat Parish, you wouldn't be flogging. Would you actually? Would you flog off Young or Parish?
Hayden Young. Are you kidding me? I'm so not hot on Hayden Young this year.
Really? Mate, But do you see what we're doing?
Because you got him in your keeper league.
Yes. So don't worry. I'm just
out of everyone, I would flog off Hayden Young over Parish.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to do that if you want to fit all these good mids in, which is, I think, plausible. If you piss off Cherry and go R2, it'll be easy done.
I've got 500k if I get rid of him.
Jack Steele.
Get in. Put Luke Parker in. He'll play more than 10 games.
Rattle off every single bet you have with. Just send me your BSB. I've got to pay off those 10 slabs. Maybe I can work out some big goals by you and try and get the slabs down.
We'll get some other big calls. But that's it. What we're probably going to do here on out, do you reckon weekly again?
Yeah, something like that. I think we sort of talked about players we're hot on. I think we could probably do a little bit of research on them. But I think the practice matches are all happening this week. So you just comment on them. And so I think it's fast flowing. I think when is round 0? It's like 1st of March or something, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks away. So I reckon we'll go weekly from here. We regroup. I bet you when we come back next week, our teams will be completely different.
No doubt. But Lockie Whitfield will be staying.
You know who I've been looking at your team, and you know who I'm thinking of bringing it in? Todd Marshall.
Oh, sorry. He's playing centre half back.
Yeah.
He's
for 147k, I know.
For 40%, he's 40% owned as well. I mean, just get the fella in.
I just haven't put him in because I've got Laylaw in that spot.
Yeah, that is fair.
Harvey Harrison might have to leave for him.
Don't do that. He's in the A team, mate. He's locked and loaded.
I heard he's playing really well. Anyway,
he's looking bigger. He's doing a lot of bicep curls, and I'm keen on him. All right.
He called me the other day. Oh wait! Before we finish, I've got mail for anyone who's stayed this long. Ready? I've got Kitty Coleman mail.
This is not from your Brisbane shitty reporter, is it?
This is from the informant. The enforcer. The guy who says we're going back to back to back.
Oh.
Kitty Coleman mail is that apparently he didn't take like footy and recovery and muscle recovery seriously. He took footy seriously, but not muscle recovery or like preparation for games. And he kept getting injured and then not doing all the proper stuff and rehab that they told him to do, and then come back and he get injured again.
So he's a pisshead.
This summer they've sat him down and said, you need to start taking your recovery seriously or you're going to have to look elsewhere, basically. So he's pulled his head in and he's done all the right things over summer and he's absolutely flying, feeling fitter than ever. So
I was keen on him last year, to be fair.
Yep.
Yep. I did see something that he only played 50% game time in the trial match, but that's what generally happens anyway, doesn't it? They're just ramping the boy slowly.
Yep. So Kitty Coleman mail is he's in for a massive one this year. Also, I might be accidentally fading McKercher, but that's it. We'll finish on that.
Don't end on that. I should have named McKercher should maybe, is it just very quickly, Michael, just a very quick question. Should it be Kirch season, my team? Because I'm probably bigger on Kirch. I literally last traded him 2 years in a row, at least 3 times per year. So I don't think you can fade.
Make it.
Don't be a dickhead.
Kobe Kirch.
Wit plus Kirch. Anyway, thanks for listening, boys. It's good to be back.
Weekly episodes coming back. Here we go. In for a big one. Mixed Chicks. Gonna win the 50K. Thanks for listening. We'll chat to you next week.
Guys.